This week on the Digital Coffee, is it true? Could it be true? Yes, it is true. TikTok are going horizontal. Over on Twitter /X, soon you'll be able to set up video spaces just like audio spaces, but with your face. And over on Facebook, there's a new way to measure ad success. All that and more after this. Good morning, and welcome to the Digital Coffee. This is your weekly dose of digital marketing and social media news for small business. My name is Amanda Webb. Who am I? I am a digital marketing ROI consultant, trainer, specialist, which means that I help businesses just like yours get more money, more profit from the time and the energy that you spend online. Plus, big part of that is Google Analytics. In fact, I spend most of my time these days doing Google Analytics training. So if you want to know how Google Analytics can help you build a better digital marketing strategy, get in touch with me. That's the end of my ads. That's me. Good to have you here. I am clasping, as you know, if you're a regular viewer, my mug, because in my mug, there is digital coffee, which sadly is not in liquid form. It's in megabytes or digital bytes or bytes of some sort. So I do get to enjoy a proper cup of coffee once I finish the show, but I'd love to know what you're drinking, which is Lee has preempted. Hello to everyone watching, by the way. God, I'm always surprised you're here, but so many this week. Lee is here with her coffee as usual. I'd love to know what's in your mug. Have you got anything in your mug today? I'd also love to know where you're watching, both physically. Where in the world are you? We know Lee is off in Wales, not even going to try and pronounce the name of the town that she's in. And I'd also like to know where you're watching virtually. So are you on LinkedIn? Are you on YouTube? Are you on Facebook? Are you on Twitter /X? Do let me know in the comments. We've got one massive story today that I can't wait to tell you about. But before I do, just a reminder that if you want to, I'm looking for the button. Just a reminder that if you want to come and chat about these stories in more detail afterwards, you can come and join us on LinkedIn for a LinkedIn audio, which is basically just a chat. We come in, we have a nice chat. So if you scan this QR code, you can RSVP for the event. You can come in. Myself and May King Sang, who's my co-host, we'll talk about the story of the day. We'll talk about who won the internet this week, who lost the internet this week. And then we'll let you in to come and talk about your thoughts on that and talk about your business. I can see we've got Mary. This is exciting because Mary, this is the absolute first time that I've ever been able to get a Twitter comment, because they've only allowed Twitter comments to come through to Ecamm recently, and I just updated my software. So delighted. Watching on the Twitter /X. Great to have you here, and you've got the kettle on. Don't go though, Mary, because there's important news. There's a very, very big news story incoming.
Hi, Sasha Lydia from Think Outside the Bot, and you're watching the Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
TikTok may not have been the platform that invented vertical video, but it's definitely the one that made it popular. Vertical video as in, obviously I don't have my phone here because I'm hiding it from myself, and I probably don't even have it on Do Not Disturb, but let me find it. Hang on. Surreptitiously switches on to Do Not Disturb so it doesn't ring. Okay, so horizontal video like this way up, and it works. Like, it didn't invent it, it was there before, but it was the one that really made it mainstream. And it's good, right? Vertical video is good because so many people are watching on mobile devices and it takes up the whole screen, so you don't have all the interruptions that you have on other social networks. So great. But now they're going horizontal. Now they're going landscape. In fact, they are incentivizing you. Let me find the thing. They are incentivizing you to create landscape video. I went and found one. This is it. And when you create landscape video, you can click watch full screen and it flips on its side. So you have to turn your phone around this way. So it's incentivizing it. If you upload a horizontal landscape, whatever you want to call it, let's just get rid of that off the screen. If you upload a landscape video that is 1 minute or longer and you have been on TikTok for longer than 3 months, it will promote that. It will push it out to more people so that it gets more views. You can also add the hashtag, and that's how I found that particular video there, which is longer videos. Catchy, TikTok, catchy. If you add the hashtag longer videos, that can help notify TikTok, but it will work it out for itself. This is huge, right? So if the network that really encouraged everyone to finally start embracing vertical video is now going horizontal, that could mean a massive change across all video platforms. Now, clearly they have an agenda here. They're not getting rid of vertical altogether. The shorter videos will still be vertical. They want YouTube viewers. That's what they want. So in good news for us, if we have been creating videos on YouTube, longer videos that are in this horizontal format, that's how I am here. You should be able to upload those now to TikTok to get that extra reach. The one thing I have is like the TikTok style is kind of different to the YouTube style. So is there going to be a disconnect? Will they still need to be that kind of fun TikTok style, or are these more traditional videos going to work? Either way, this is a massive change. We're going to see a lot more horizontal video. We are going to see people finally turning their phones this way around to watch videos so that it can match up. I mean, I was worried we were going to start getting vertical video TVs. I mean, I am a traditionalist. I like my video this way round when I'm watching on desktop or TV, but that's just me. So we're going to have to watch this one.
This is Making Sang, first name Making, from the Firmware Creator, and you have been watching the Digital Coffee Show with Amanda Webb.
When you create an ad on Facebook, you have an option. Actually, this is an option that not many of us use, but you have an option at ad set level to choose an attribution window. Whoa, did I just use a whole lot of really confusing words there? So what this is basically the amount of time between someone seeing your ad or clicking your ad and converting. And that converting could be downloading a lead magnet, it could be buying something from you, whatever you have told Facebook a conversion event is. So you can currently choose between a 7-day click and 1-day view. So that means if somebody clicks your ad and converts into a customer within 7 days, Facebook is going to take credit for that. Or if they viewed your ad, they didn't even click it, they viewed it and converted within 1 day, they're going to take credit for that. The other option is 28-day click. So somebody sees your ad and clicks 28 days later. I've got a feeling some other magic has contributed to that, but Facebook will take it. Or a 1-day view. It's always a 1-day view. But now they have just introduced, and actually I have it on my account, a new attribution video window, which is called an engaged video view. What does this mean? So instead of them viewing your ad, firstly, you can only run this when you are on website conversion campaigns. You have to be on that. And obviously there has to be a video. There has to be a video there. So this means that if somebody watches 10 seconds of your video, I think it's 97% of your video, if your video is less than 10 seconds long, it will measure for people who've done that and they have converted on your website within 7 days. I think it's 7 days. 7 days. I didn't actually put it in my notes, but I believe it's 7 days. So this is really Facebook's view. Let me get this off the screen. This is really Facebook's bid to show you how powerful video is. The fact that videos could actually be causing more conversions than other ads. And of course, their thinking behind this, apart from the fact that they want to persuade you that ads work on Facebook, is that when somebody watches a video, they're immersed in the Facebook experience or the Instagram experience or wherever people happen to be watching the ad. So they may not instantly click through and convert, but they will later on go and find your website so that they can convert. It's an interesting thought. It's an interesting choice. Is this just a way to manipulate stats so it tells us what Facebook wants us to think, that their ads are working? I don't know, but it's reminded me that I definitely need to start looking at those conversion events.
Hi, I'm Danielle from Redbow and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
You know what? Credit where credit's due. X/Twitter is totally owning the audio chat space. I mean, it started with Clubhouse, right? And on Clubhouse was huge all of a sudden. And it died because it just didn't adapt quickly enough. It was an iOS app for ages. Anyway, it hasn't gone completely, it's still there, but it lost its users. Whereas Twitter/X, still under Jack Dorsey's control, had launched around the same time that this blew up, Twitter Spaces. So if you haven't used this, this is an audio chat function, a bit like the LinkedIn audio chat that I do with May King every week. In fact, we started out on Spaces. We just switched when we were unsure of the future of Twitter. And what was lovely about this is you can go and join in a conversation and really get to know. There is something about just taking it up a text conversation and hearing people's voices that built stronger connections. You felt like you were really getting to know your followers for the first time. And you didn't have to brush your hair. Love it. But now you're going to have to get your comb out because Twitter Spaces is evolving. And in fact, we had a rumor about this a while ago, but it's actually happening now that you will be able to set up video spaces. So instead of people joining on audio, they'll be able to switch on video and come in as a guest on video. And this could be even more powerful, right? Because you start your space, you can get people you want to come and request to speak, but other people can join in and request to speak, and you can have a really good video conversation. And of course, when you see people's faces, even though it's hassle because you have to do your hair and makeup, when you see people's faces, you get to know them even better and build relationships. It also helps you build your brand as yourself, so people get to know your face, they get to know you. It reminds me of a fleeting tool that I absolutely adored that was around a good few years ago now, called Blab. And Blab was like this. You could have up to 4 people could request to chat, and you could just drop in on people's conversations. It was absolutely amazing, and it was a really good way to meet people. So I'm excited, even though I'm not really a Twitter/X user anymore, I am excited to see this happen, even though, I won't be using it much because, like I say, hair and makeup, bit of a hassle. I can see we have Kate here. If you are watching on LinkedIn, can you send me a comment? Because I'm not seeing any comments. And if you are sending comments and I'm ignoring you, I apologise. That's because they're not coming through. And there just seems to be an issue with that and streaming services. Kate is drinking tea and she is watching on Facebook. Okay. What button next? I think it's Ant.
I'm Ant McGinley and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
When Instagram changed and started allowing you to add up to 5 links to your bio, link in bio tools, a bit like LinkTree, must have taken a hit. But LinkTree is fighting back because it's just added a whole lot of new features that could still make it the go-to link in bio tool. What am I talking about? Just in case you're not aware of these tools, the link in bio tool, like LinkTree, is basically a mini website that you can build. It's mobile friendly. It's basically just a bunch of buttons that will lead you to the actual the link that you want to send people to. So it's really useful if you've got 3 or 4 links that you want to send people to and you only had 1 link in your bio. That's why it existed in the first place. But of course now you don't need that because you can just add them to your bio. But LinkTree has just added a bunch of new features. Let me grab my notes because you will be able to, now a lot of this is going to be on their premium service, their paid for service, but you will be able to schedule links to appear, which honestly is massive because it's a real pain if you're launching something, you're having to fiddle around to post the link up at the same time as you're launching. You don't want it to go up before, you don't want it to go up after, you just want it to go up. So actually being able to schedule it to go out when you want it to go out, I think will be really useful. Also, you'll be able to schedule that link to expire. So you'll be able to say on this date, I want it to go away. So if you've got a special offer running, it runs out at midnight, you'll be able to make sure that it's scheduled to disappear at midnight. So great for sales, offers, launches, all those things. You can also schedule it to expire time zone wise. So if you want it to be midnight and just say midnight instead of having to specify a time zone, which is a real pain because then whoever it is has to go and look up what time that is in their time zone, you'll actually be able to expire it across time zones. So wherever anyone's accessing Instagram from or whatever it is, they'll be able to it will disappear at the right time, which I think is cool. You'll also be able to manually expire links. So This is useful because before you could only delete links. Now you'll be able to archive them. And the difference here is you'll be able to retain all the metrics, all the analytics that you get through LinkTree when you expire that link. So I think that's really useful. Plus, there's a whole lot of other new features coming in as well. I think this is really, the reason I wanted to feature this really was, a lot of times something can come along and hit your business out of the blue. And that probably, I know that a lot of people are still using LinkTree, but I'd say it's less people than used to. When Instagram suddenly let you have your 5 links, it must have been a hit to their business. So what did they do? They've adapted and they've created a tool that is way better than posting a link just to your Instagram bio. So hats off, I have to say, to LinkTree. I can see, okay, good news. There are LinkedIn comments. That's good. Hello, Ginny. I think I need to rewatch and understand the Twitter development. Okay, so yeah, it's basically spaces with video. I think that's good. Lovely to see you as always, Amanda. I should put my glasses on. I just don't know where they are. They used to hang around my neck. That broke. Okay, so I'm sipping a fabulous Iron Goddess of Mercy oolong tea. Now that sounds great. I love the names of teas. They really make you feel like you are. I mean, Nay King is now an Iron Goddess. She is as well.
Hey, I'm Christine Gritman, and you are watching The Digital Coffee with social media superstar Amanda Webb.
Now, apparently, younger people, the youngsters out there, that could be you if you're watching, most of them have 2 Instagram accounts. One, which is their, shiny Instagram account, and one that's more candid, where they put all the stuff they wouldn't necessarily want their parents to see. 2 accounts. This is a trend. I know it's been there for a few years. I have talked to I do know some young people, and I've talked to them. This is common. And now Instagram is experimenting with the idea of embracing this within the tool. So they've got a new feature called Flipside. Again, let me find the button. And what Flipside is basically you can have those 2 accounts within your existing account. So your main account, you would post all your shiny, lovely, happy, all that stuff that you normally post. But then you'll be able to switch to your Flipside, which is basically going to give you another account where you can choose a subset of your followers that are allowed in there, where you can post your more candid stuff. You'll even be able to have a different profile photo and a different name within that account. How is this different to switching between 2 accounts? It's not really. I'm not sure is it going to take off, but it's an interesting concept, the fact that they want to embrace this trend. And aside from young people, it could be useful for businesses if it's enabled on a business account, particularly if you're a personal brand, if you're a solopreneur, if you are the face of your business. Perhaps you want to have your personal Instagram account and your business Instagram account and share all your pictures of your cats, Amanda, over on your personal one, and all your other stuff on your business one. Now, I already have 2 accounts. You can follow either of them. I don't post anything too candid, but one does have pictures of cats in. Just to mention that. I'm not sure will it take off. I do. Again, it's good to see Instagram understanding and embracing a trend. I'm just not sure is it necessary when in fact it's quite easy to switch between 2 Instagram accounts.
Hi, I'm Lee from Wellshot, and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb. Cheers.
I remember when I started my first podcast and it was like nobody listens to podcasts. There were a few podcasts out there, and it was kind of like a big exciting thing for me. But of course now there's podcasts everywhere. And the problem with podcasts is that they are audio, right? So if you have hearing difficulties, you can't hear the podcasts. And I do remember a few years back, there's a blog called Copy Blogger, and they launched podcasts, and they used to put their podcast up and there'd be no show notes and no transcription. And I was like, well, I haven't got time to sit and listen to these podcasts. Just give me the stuff to read. But now Apple Podcasts are automatically making all podcasts have transcriptions so that people will be able to read the podcast rather than just listening to the podcast. So if you have a podcast and it's up on Apple, you would have got an email. I did for our extra shot that I do with Making, saying you need to go and change your settings just to allow this to happen. Change the settings. It's going to automatically transcribe all your podcasts so that people will be able to read them. So this is obviously great for accessibility. I was also wondering, how's this going to work with video? So now video podcasts are a thing, right? Thanks, YouTube. I mean, they always were, but they're really big now. So obviously this is going to be really good for those because people often watch videos with the sound off and watch the subtitles. So it's going to be great for those. My only concern is I didn't have to go in and transcribe all the podcasts. It's doing that automatically. How good is that transcription? Is it just going to be frustrating for someone to read, or is it going to be good? I guess we have to wait and see. So if anyone has listened to the extra shot or seen the extra shot on Apple Podcasts and read the transcription, you'll have to let me know how good or bad it is. I can see we've got a comment from Lee there before we get on to our final story. I think it's our final story. Let's have a look. Yeah, Lee just appeared. She needs to do a new video. You know what? I've got a stack of new videos as well I need to edit. And I had that thought this morning. I have this button pressing machine here, which I love, the Stream Deck. But Lee gave me, last time she was in Dublin, she gave me like the most amazing button pressing machine ever. And I wanted one and I coveted one for ages. And she gave it to me. And I still haven't set it up. So before Lee is coming to Dublin, we're doing a work day together. Before then, I really do need to set that up. And I do need to edit those videos. So I'll bring a mug, Lee. We'll do a whole new video with you in some iconic location in Dublin. And if anyone else wants to do a video for me, all I needs to be horizontal format. All I need you to say is, hey, I am a wonderful person. And you are watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Hi, I'm Charlie Lawrence and you're watching The Digital Coffee with Amanda Webb.
Would you post a job listing on X/Twitter? Would you apply for a job on X/Twitter? Again, this is something that's been rumoured for a while, but you never know with Mr. Elon Musk, which of his ideas are actually going to happen. But this is happening now. LinkedIn has always been a place, right, where you go and you post jobs. And if you're a job seeker, you go and seek jobs there. But now you're going to be able to, if you're a premium subscriber, you're going to be able to advertise job positions on Twitter/X. So I have a few questions. Firstly, is your target market for your job on Twitter? We know there's a very specific demographic. Is it going to be the right people? If so, maybe this is worth giving a shot. Secondly, if you're seeking a job, what sort of job are you going to put up on Twitter/X? Is this going to be for the likes of coffee shops and hotels that we know are struggling to find staff right now? You know, is this going to work for them, or is it only for larger organizations? I mean, it could be a positive thing. Or, you know, do we need it where we've got so many other job boards out there? It's an interesting one. The one thing that is clear is this is part of Elon Musk's plan to take over the world with Twitter/X, to be the one app to rule them all. So we can see these new little features coming in that will make it a more progressive app and an app that does so much more in the future. And I do think Twitter/X is going to be unrecognizable in the next couple of years as it evolves into that app, but still interesting one there. So loads of you have been watching today. I get really excited now because I can see all the people coming from all the different channels. I think it's because it shows me Twitter now as well. I feel really popular. So thank you for joining me. Don't forget, at 10:30 a.m, you can come and chat with myself and May King Sang. If you don't know what a Twitter space is, come and join us on LinkedIn, which is similar, where we will discuss these stories. You'll find out who won the internet this week. You'll find out who lost the internet this week. You'll find out what animal making is this week. So do join us at 10:30 a.m. I can also see a comment from Ginny here. So now I have to get my glasses on. I need to get my string back, don't I? I need my string back. Lots of companies already use Twitter to advertise jobs. Will it still be allowed? I guess once they're paying, these are going to kind of sit at the top of your profile. So I guess if people know you're an employer, they may go to your profile. So they are going to be slightly different. And of course, you know, they might pull back the reach on organic job listings. So that's interesting too. I guess we just have to wait and see with this stuff, really, don't we? Okay. That is all from me this week. I will be back. Did you know it's a bank holiday? I just have to say this. We have a bank holiday that came from the pandemic. They gave us a bank holiday to cheer us up. And it's for St. Bridget's Day. And it's the first bank holiday in Ireland that honours a woman. So I just want to say I won't be at work on Monday. I'll be doing that. I'll be enjoying myself. And I will be back, though, on Friday. Same bat time, same bat place next week. Until then. Bye-bye.